The best knock in this IPL. This man, Fortress Chepauk, was breached with that 124 not out. Unbelievable innings. So has batting changed in the IPL? Has approach changed? Is there any total that cannot be beaten? Marcus Stoinis, welcome to this interview. But firstly, that knock. The self-belief, chasing 210 in Chepauk. Tell me about it.
Yeah, obviously it was a big chase. When you start that chase, you don't think about winning the game exactly. You think about the small targets you set with your partner at the other end. And as the game goes on and you get closer and closer, you build partnerships with your teammates, and we're fortunate enough for it to be a good chase for us.
When did it sort of dawn, I can win this one?
I think while I was batting with Nicky P, we were obviously confident that we can do it, and we weren't letting the run rate get out of hand, but we knew there was a lot of work to do. So, and again, like I said, it's as much as it is good to score the runs, the partnerships to chase down a big total like that, that's what's necessary. So, yeah.
Has batting changed in the IPL, or rather in T20 cricket? Has it evolved? Because now 200 seems par. People are coming into bat, and from ball one, Travis Head, Phil Salt, a lot of these examples, yourself. Yeah, the strike rates have gone to 200. Have things changed?
I think the belief has probably changed a little bit. I think players are believing in themselves more. I think we're understanding this game of T20 cricket more. I think the wickets are obviously great, particularly this year in the IPL. A lot of the wickets have been very good. And look, I think players are also figuring out how to play that power play and knowing that they can put teams under pressure straight away, and there's not many options once the ball stops swinging and there's only two out. So I think there's a mindset shift. I think it's exciting for the game of cricket, and players are getting better.
Is it also because of the impact player rule?
I think that does play a part. I mean, knowing for us, when we bat a little bit deeper, it just means everyone, whether it's me, Nicky P, KL can bat more aggressive. Everyone can sort of be a little bit more free. So yeah, I think it does play a role.
When I watch cricket, and say for the last 15, 20 years, one would anchor the innings, and then you all would sort of take it towards the last phase and say aggressive. But now things have changed. I mean, do you think everyone now has to, and even somebody of the quality of Virat, for example, was facing criticism because of strike rate? He's the greatest, right? I mean, and you and I have chatted on Virat so many different times. But is it now necessary for everybody to adapt to this new mindset?
Yeah, I think to an extent it is. But then to an extent, there's always going to be a need for those players, or not even those players, for the thinking player to think through those circumstances, because not every ground, not every wicket, not every circumstance is going to allow you to bat like that. So I think it's a fact that everyone, yes, does need to up their game and be a little bit more free with their style of batting. But to be honest, I still think there's a lot of, it's still a thinking man's game. I think you still need to be able to think your way through the contest, target your bowlers, understand the conditions. So I think maybe we're going a long way on the other side now, but you're going to find a balance in the middle.
And you as a bowler, I mean, is that so? 124 on one side of 50 odd balls, and now Marcus Stoinis the bowler who has to bowl to the same Marcus Stoinis the batter. Is it a batsman's game now? Because when I see a 260 chased down, 270 almost chased down, I'm like, is this book cricket going on? Because it's ultimately between bat and ball, a contest. I mean, yes, two bouncers, but as a bowler, when you bowl, do you sort of feel now that, oh, you know what, it's not a level playing field?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a bit different for me, because every time I come on to bowl, they're targeting me anyway. So I think that mindset that might be applied to the all-rounder or the sixth bowling option in the team is now being applied more consistently throughout every bowler that comes onto play. So I think that's been part of it. I also think, I read a tweet from Dale Steyn, what a great time to be a bowler, because if you can learn to adapt your game and to bowl well in these conditions when teams are batting like this, you've set yourself apart from everyone. So I think as a bowler, this is also your chance to make a name for yourself.
And this Lucknow Super Giants team is looking the part. Role of Justin Langer, for example. I mean, because you all go back a long way and there is a bonding. We have spoken about it in the past. Tell me a little bit about the dressing room.
Yeah, so it's fortunate for me. I've known Justin for a long time. And then the coaching style that he's had here, we're fortunate enough to have a group of good coaches. We've got Adam Voges from Western Australia as well, Mornay Morkel, Lance Klusner, Jonty Rhodes, Shri, who's been with us for yes. So it's been a collaborative approach. I think everyone's been leaning on each other to get the right information and then communicate that to the players in their own way, around training, after games less so. So it's been a collaborative approach from the coaching staff. Justin's a great man manager and organiser. He's one of the most organised and passionate coaches / ex-players that there's been. So nothing gets left to chance. And then working with his team has been great.
Tell me a little bit about Mayank Yadav. I mean, all of us in India, 157, you faced him in the nets. He's fit now, back again. Tell me a little bit about Mayank Yadav. It's
as excited as I've been for a young boy that's bowling this quick. I've honestly, I said this just the other day to one of the players. I said, I've seen guys bowling 150, but in the game and that day him bowling, I think it was to the Kings 11 batsman, I've actually hardly ever seen the ball that fast. So he's a great kid. He's young. He works really hard. He's got a great work ethic. So I think he's someone that needs to be looked after to an extent, because bowling that fast and being that young, your body's always susceptible. But he's got a very bright future ahead.
And how is he at the nets? I mean, do you sort of mentally, is he there? I mean, have you spoken to him?
Yeah, no, he's in terms of like how is he at training in the nets and that sort of stuff. He tones it down for us. He bowls a little bit within himself. I think last year, I think it was, when he was trying to crack into the team, I think he was coming back in and out of injury as well though. There were a couple of times where he bowled bloody quick, and most of the balls were around your nose as well. So now he's got a lot more control, and I think he knows how fast he is, so he might not take, maybe he just tones it down to 145.
Unbelievable. I mean, and as an Indian, what a talent this guy is. And when I think of Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, Mayank Yadav in Australia against Australia, and I'm like, that's the contest. But tell me something, Marcus. I mean, you faced it yourself. Whenever, take Virat, take Rohit, take KL, the kind of criticism now that happens, at times it goes off the boil. And that kind of toxicity from fans is something I have written about multiple times, and you know that. Can you tell me a little bit about that as a player?
Yeah, it is really hard. I mean, there's so many great aspects to our game and the support we get. And the fans, I mean, that's why we play, and it's why we're allowed to play all year round and all around the world. But I think, yeah, this...
having to question Virat's place.
Yeah.
Is slightly strange, right?
Yeah, I think it shows that no one's immune. I think it shows that there's obviously I think the social media aspect, the fact that people can say what they want behind a screen with either a fake account or whatever it is, it just means that they're anonymous, and it gives a little bit of power, I guess, to people that want to have an opinion about this sort of stuff. The thing is I don't really see it stopping.
It's troubling.
Yeah, and I think if I'm even being honest, I think the next generation I feel sorry for, because it's going to be even harder. I mean, for me personally, I'm 34, so I at least got to come through the ranks with a bit less of that around. But for young players now, young 23-year-olds, young Mayank Yadavs, who have grown up with social media so accessible and this sort of stuff, it does make me a bit nervous for them. And yeah, obviously, I don't think it's good. I'd love there to be a lot less of it. I just don't really see how it's going to stop though.
Let me make it more positive now. I mean, are you surprised with MS Dhoni? All of us are. How is it possible?
I don't know if I'm surprised. I've spoken to a few people about this. I mean, even some of the shots he's playing, they're new shots, like him walking across the stumps and flicking it over the leg side. I think He's obviously playing with a lot of enjoyment and freedom. I think he should walk in a little bit earlier. I think he's saving himself a bit late, but no, he's brilliant. He's an inspiration to obviously India and Indian cricketers, but also to us. He makes me want to play till I'm 43 now as well. No, he's. I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I don't think I am.
I mean, for somebody who doesn't play cricket 10 months, 11 months of the year to come and score 20 or 4 balls, it's unreal, absolutely unreal.
It's amazing the mental strength I think he must have and the confidence he must have in himself to be able to do that. Yeah.
Australia, World Cup coming up. When I see a Jake McGurk, I see a Travis Head and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Unbelievable team.
It is exciting. I think obviously the last 3 or 4 years have been good for Australian cricket, whether it's Test cricket or T20 cricket. And look, to be honest, I think the team is gelling and getting even closer and getting even better, and understanding the style of cricket we want to play. And guys like Travis Head and Jake Fraser McGurk coming in now, I think if he gets his chance, I think he's more than ready. But I also think that doesn't mean anything in terms of winning championships or winning World Cups and that sort of thing. We've shown that before. We probably haven't been the best team, but we've been the best team on the day or in the
21
tournament.
in Dubai.
Yeah. So as much as it's exciting for us, and we've got that experience now, and we have won some. Again, it guarantees nothing.
Last few questions. One, these kind of totals, 240, 50, etc. Do you think the World Cup will be like that? Or because I was seeing CPL scores, 180, only Barbados was 200. Do you think this is, an aberration, or in general scores will be more going forward?
Look, I don't think on the wickets there we're going to see regular 250 scores. Maybe on a day you get a beautiful wicket, there'll be some big scores, but I think, like you were saying, that 180 to 200 is a good score on some turning wickets, on maybe some lower wickets, especially come the finals time of the World Cup.
Last few. 1, 50 runs to get of the last 3 overs. You are batting and everybody knows the onus is on you to win the game. Take me into your mind. Give me an answer. How do you deal with that pressure, soak it in and go and win that game?
So I'd usually be thinking, so say the 50 runs off the 3 overs, you usually know that the strike bowler will probably not bowl the last over. They usually the captain brings them to the 19th or the 18th. So that'll be part of my thinking is how many I need to get off that bowler with less risk. And I'll usually try and personally take the game when it's always going to be in the last over when it's 50 runs. And my thinking is take the game to a position where the bowler is at least as nervous as I am. The bowler is doubting himself, and take them to a position where the captain's running over and giving advice, the fielders are running in, and try and see that dynamic change in the game. Because I know then that's when I can lean on my experience. I know that I enjoy the pressure and all those sort of things. So I try to get the game into that situation and know that the odds of me getting the ball I want or me being able to stay still and get the half volley, all that sort of thing, I think they're going up in my favour.
I'll end there with this saying that, this is one man who I've been in continuous touch. I've seen him evolve as a cricketer, as a human being, and now the way he's batting and of course contributing to the LSG cause in the IPL is for everybody to see. So all power, all strength, and all the very best to you, Marcus Stoinis. I mean, and who knows? I mean, his girlfriend is here at the moment. Some news on that front maybe at some point in time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.